Geo Highway.
All right, this one says.
All right, I'll shuffle it up. Last time. Here's your new teams.
Oh my gosh. This is, okay. What is that?
I have that.
Yo.
The
Okay,
Denoise,
what is that?
Genio Highway. I don't know what that is. Starts with G. Is that
Genio. Highway. Thank you. I feel pretty.
Oh no, that's the other one.
What is it?
Oh, you go.
That's gonna be the not the semi, but the other captains.
Hey, Addison. Should I click it?
No.
Who's our third person?
Nice. All righty. Let's open Cami, folks. Let's do the Cami. Okay, who would like a paper copy of the new list? New list. It's a new list. Now it's gonna look freaky. Don't freak. But open up Cami. I'll give you paper copies. Those people want them.
It's speaking on a personal level.
Paper copies? Okay. No, there's 5.
Oh, shit.
Okay, no. I'll make
It's
how many
all
more?
right,
No. Because I need to make more for the other classes. How many? You want one? Nope. 2 more. I'm gonna shoot for that. We'll see if it actually happens. But these are not too bad. Okay.
Wow, good job. Okay. Shut up. Bella, be quiet. What? What about him? What about her? He is. Tell me something I don't know. Okay. I know he does. Probably does.
That's who it is.
Wait a minute. Oh, you still refer to that.
Jackson. Who else do you want to?
Hey, does Mr. Dorman have kids?
Yeah.
Bingo. Adi.
He has a family, Dad.
What's that?
He has a wife.
He has a whole family.
I got a what?
He doesn't. He has dogs.
I'll take that. That's my favorite. I'll do it here in a minute. Hey, guys, so, yeah. I will in a second, sure. Okay, so you guys at home, this is available, just muscle list. It's end of test 3. It starts with picture iliocostalis picnon on this list, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna go through all these, but I'm gonna go through just the first few and talk a little bit about these muscles. I like talking about these. We're starting to get into some of the muscles that you can actually work out, okay? So before, not too many people are doing like corrugator supercilii exercises, right? Not too many people are like, okay, I'm gonna really work on my frontalis, that sort of stuff. Oh man, my digastric, that really needs to, get worked out. But today we really can start talking about this. So that makes it, I think, kind of more fun as well. Okay, now hold on, let's see if this works. I don't know why, but I have to start this, then I have to quit this, then I have to restart this, and it works. I don't understand it. I just accept it. All right. So Who's my hunters in here? Hunters? Okay, all right. Just one hunter? Two hunters? All right. So this first muscle, it should be familiar for you. If you're using the app, let me show you what to do. This is what it looks like at home. You click on the head, you go down to the neck, you go to the torso, you flip around to the back. Okay, then I remove a bunch of layers and I start with this. Okay, there's two on this picture. And the reason I bring up hunters is, and I didn't used to know this till the kids were telling me about it. These are the back straps. Okay, so back straps, some people say they make steaks out of it. Maybe you can make jerky. I don't know. I thought I heard somebody today saying they make jerky. Maybe not. On any meat. Yeah, right. Somebody was in second period was talking about, they're like, oh, they make the best so-and-so out of the back straps. There's only two on this picture. And the first one is the longissimus, and it is the closest to the spine. These are what I'm Xing right there are the spinous processes of the thoracic vertebra. Okay. So, oh, thank you. Who's my runners in here? I got some runners in here, right? Okay, so this summer, Sarber said, hey, do you want to be the guest, like workout person, or I don't know, like I helped out the morning exercise, right? What did he call that? What did he call it? He called it
Morning practice?
morning. I don't know.
It's like the power hours.
Cadet power hours. I could not remember that. Thank you. I've been dying all day. So I was the guest host of Power Hour. And don't tell him this, but when he asked me, I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I was just going to get on Zoom and I was going to be like, yeah, go team. But I had to he's like, all right, go for it. I was like, wait, what? And he's like, no, you got to lead these things. I was like, all right, here we go. But it was fun. And I got really excited about it. And he said, let's end with a plank. Well, at this time, my wife had joined in the workouts. She got excited about stuff. And, so our morning routine is I get up, I come into the gym here. I work out from 5 to 6. Then I come home and then she goes over to Greta's house. They do beach body workouts online until 7. Then we get ready to come to school. So we're doing two different kinds of workouts, right? Well, we get to the planks and after a minute, I'll tell you, I was out. I was dying. Hannah, on the other hand, she was going at 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. And I was like, how is she doing this? She's like, honestly, Jabin, I could have probably gone for till 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I don't know. She just gave up. Well, I kind of got competitively ticked. So I was like, I got to start working on some planks. Right. So I'm up to 2 minutes. And Sarver said most high school kids can do 2 minutes. I was like, all right. Okay. I'm a high school kid now. Okay. But this morning I was doing them and I bought this thing called a feet up. I'll show you later. It kind of looks like a kiddie toilet, but it's for yoga and you could do different exercises on it. And so I'm grabbing onto the side of it and I can literally feel my longissimus and my iliacostalis, flexing. Literally, it was starting to shake a little bit. If you're not a planker, I highly recommend it. But it's rough, man. Yeah.
At the gyms last year, we had a plank challenge, and he cut us off at 10 minutes.
You guys get 10 minutes? Both of you did? Holy
and then
crap!
my sister and Carissa said, "Hey, me too."
You got 10 minutes too, Kason?
Yeah, one time.
Whoa.
2 years ago. Because you couldn't do it. I couldn't, but I done it.
Okay. Thank you for asserting yourself, Kason.
So the dominant
Yeah,
is 5
yeah.
minutes and was dead.
Oh man, I'm telling you, 1 minute for me was a killer. Oh my gosh, I should now shoot for 10. I was like, I'm gonna be really happy if I can get 5, but I don't know, man. It's easy. It's easier in the sand, you think? Yeah.
Yeah, because you dip into the sand.
Yeah.
You make your own little grooves.
See, and then what I've been trying to do too is I've been doing them like this, where my grab on and I do it like this, so it gets a little bit of a different kind of workout. But when you're on your arms though too, that hurts after a while. That's what it was killing me is my yeah, right. Yeah. Oh yeah, the ab roller. Yeah, I forgot about those. That was like the hot Christmas item like 20 years ago. Like an ab roller. Does she?
It's in the basement.
Oh man, did you bring it in? All right, so there's that one. Now listen, the next one is called Iliocostalis,
Wait,
and
what was
this
the name of
of Longissimus. The Iliocostalis, two things should come to your mind. When you hear ilio, what should pop in your mind? Yeah, the ilium, right? The other costalis, what do you think should pop into your mind? Yeah, the coastal groove, right? So these are the ribs. Anytime you hear coastal, okay, costal, intercostal, okay, that's going to be the rib, related to the rib, okay? Soon we're going to look at the external intercostal, internal intercostal, innermost intercostal, okay? Those are all rib related, okay? So this one, and let me show it to you by itself. It's an interesting one. The origin is the medial part of the 6th through 12th thoracic ribs, and it inserts in the transverse processes of C4 through C6 vertebra. Okay, so you can see it inserting all those places going all the way up to the cervical vertebra. So what's it going to do? It's going to help extend the back. So remember, this is a flexion. I'm literally flexing now, which is weird to think about. This is an extension when I'm standing up, and then going back like that would be a hyperextension. So literally working on your posture, you're extending more of your back, okay? So, and those all two of those muscles really work together. And there's a third one there, actually a third and fourth. We'll look at those at a different picture. These are our first two, okay? Longissimus, okay, which is this one, and then number 2, which is the iliocostalis. Okay, now I'm going to flip around to the front. All right, this is another request from some hunters. If at all, and anytime soon, you get a deer or a rabbit or any of those things, I want you to try something, and if you could, take a video of it. You know, not required by any means, but if you do, it would be awesome. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, these next muscles are all the obliques. So these are the obliques here, okay, and there's actually 3 layers. So if you happen to shoot a deer, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take your knife, okay, this could be like before you skin it, after you skin it, but I want you to like find the ribs, okay, and find that soft spot, right? I want you to cut like this, over, down, and back like a little door. Okay, you with me on this? Film this too if you're doing this. Okay, peel off the skin and you're going to see a layer of muscle. Cut again, the same door, peel that back. That's the external oblique. Then you're going to see another layer of muscle, and you're going to see that the muscle fibers are running differently. Okay, it's kind of cool. Okay, so that's the internal oblique. Then you're going to cut one more. Okay, and that's the transversus abdominis. So you have 3 layers of muscle: skin, okay, 1 muscle, 2 muscle, 3 muscle. And what do you think's directly under that 3rd layer of muscle? Any guesses? Intestines. You will literally see, boom, there's the intestines. There will probably be a little layer of like very thin skin on top of it. Yeah. You could do it before gutting it. Yeah, because you don't want to puncture those intestines. Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, do it afterwards. But then do that window because it's really, really cool to see. Yeah, right. And you could do this. You could do this with humans too. Like anybody wants to take a volunteer? Yeah, are you volunteering? Okay, fantastic. We'll do that later. Okay, now look. So on your notes, it says you've got one picture, which is the external oblique. Everybody look up here on the screen real quick. Everybody look at my screen, please, my screen. Okay, so I'm going to, why is this not doing this? Okay, so let me go down, and I want to just make sure that you're all looking at what's going to happen here, because I want to make sure you can see where I'm at. Here I'm going to draw some nips. Okay, so there's the pectoralis major. Okay, I'm going to remove that. Okay, now watch what's happening here and here. Okay, watch what's happening here and here. I'm going to remove another layer. You see that go away. Now I'm going to remove another layer. Okay, now notice it looks like something like popped up. Okay, but I'm technically removing this. Are you all with me on this? I'm going to remove that. Now watch this. There goes my abs. Okay, and then boom. Now I've got nothing there. Okay, that's where all my intestines would be. Okay, so those are the obliques. So if you're labeling these, it doesn't matter however you're doing this. Technically on this picture, this is the external oblique. Okay, and those of you, look, all of this stuff, typically people want to focus on the abs. And if you saw here, say, I'll talk about it again. Technically it's an 8-pack, not a 6-pack. Okay, I'll show you where typically people tend to work those. Okay, but this whole core area, okay, this whole core area, this solar plexus in here and all this good stuff. Okay, we focus on getting good abs. By the way, the best way to get really nice abs is not in the gym. It's in the kitchen. Nice, right? Okay, it's all about, because technically you could be working your abs. You could do all the crunches you want, but you may start to look fatter. You know why? You're building muscle under the fat and you're pushing that fat out, right? Yeah, which is weird to think about, okay? But that's what's taking that. You get rid of that fat, all of a sudden those muscles start to pop up. You're like, where'd you come from? I didn't even know I was working you, okay? They may be under there. Just wanted to show you how cool they are, but you got a little something extra on top, right? So the kitchen is, and by the way, when we talk about digestive system, we'll talk about nutrition and I'll give you some cool tips on some of that stuff. But activating this stuff is not hard. And I think, is it Jaslyn keeps asking me, how do you flex your stomach and your obliques? I'm going to show you. I need to find a video. Okay, so there's 3 obliques here, and I found this video once on how to activate your transversus abdominis. Okay, and it's I can't explain it because I'm doing it right now. Okay, and it's not like if I want to flex my abs, I'm going to bend over. Okay, it's all about actually like flexing this, focusing on the sides rather than focusing here. Okay, and you're literally squeezing. That's a great description. You're literally squeezing this. Yes. Yeah, and then you can tense up. I like that description too. For some reason, what clicked for me, I have to go back and see if I can find this video. It was I literally Googled transversus abdominis exercise, and I found this woman's channel, and she was doing exercises for women after they gave birth, like how to get your old body back after your baby body, right? And for some reason, whatever she said clicked with me, but I do like the squeezing, or Jaslyn, I like that flexing right there. But focusing on this, and I don't know, they talk about this when you're running too, or you're working this out. Okay. They talk about, let's say you're doing bicep curls, but you're activating this side too. You're not just activating the muscle that you think you're working out, right? You know what I mean? If you're activating your core, your posture is going to be better. That will increase your oxygen in your lungs. I mean, it's all the big picture. If you can learn how to activate those sides together. So that's the external oblique. We remove that. This is the next picture. This is the internal oblique. I go to the next picture. These are my abs. Okay. Now, technically, it's an 8-pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why do you hear people getting a 6-pack? It's because this is your xiphoid process right here, folks. And sometimes people can't get these up here. Okay. Right. So there's their 6-pack. But often, sometimes people can't get these down here. Right. Okay. Right. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it's, if you can't get these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you know, the other way around. Huh? Okay, great question. All right. Here's a great way to think about this. Okay. So here's your pubic bone, right? Here's your pubic bone, right? So if that's your pubic bone, okay, And you don't, yeah, I see how people are like, should I touch that? Right? Okay, you're talking like a good, your belly button's gonna be like up here, or it could be up here, like at this point too, right? It kind of depends, yes.
Is it like
Okay.
8 inches, Daniel?
What's that?
8 inches?
8 inches. I don't know the answer to that question. That's a good question. Okay.
Because my mom, we look at
But
patterns
everyone's kind of different, you know.
for
Right.
sewing patterns and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like measure this far up or this far from
Yeah.
your belly button.
Yeah, I'll measure it later. I don't, it might be awkward now. All right. Okay. So this is, by the way, people say, can I put abs on the test? I really want rectus abdominis. Okay. So this is the rectus abdominis. And then right here is the transversus abdominis. And it's going to help flex, you know, our side. Okay. Help us bend to the, so technically I'm flexing laterally. Okay. Medially here. Okay. Now let me show you something else. Okay. These are the last three and then we'll quit. Okay. And this is why this test I think is not as bad. Okay. I'm going to add some layers. If you can, look at the ribs. Okay. So look at the ribs. So I'm removing a layer. I'm removing a layer. Not much change. Now look at the ribs again. Okay. Boom. It looks like I added a layer. I'm technically removing a layer. I'm removing this fascia, this cartilaginous tissue. Okay. And below that, I've got more muscular tissue. I'm removing one more layer. I've got one more. Okay. And then all of that is gone. Your picture looks like this. And rather than inundate you with lots of pictures, if you're labeling this, you could put 1, 2, 3 there. Okay. If I want to make, if I want to make a rack, quote unquote, rack of ribs, okay, I would literally cut here and here. Okay. So I got 2 cuts. And I would lay that on the on my smoker, right? Okay, I want that meat to fall right off the bone. There are 3 layers of meat: the external intercostal, internal intercostal, and innermost intercostal. Okay, and literally those are all on top. External, internal. This one technically is the innermost intercostal because once I click that, it is gone for good. Okay. Okay, that's what you're eating when you're eating rib meat. It's not one muscle, it's 3 muscles. They're layered. And the reason they're intercostals are they are in between the ribs. Okay, you all with me on that? Yep, okay, yeah. So here it is. The external one is right here. It's got a little, it's got some tissue on it, but you can kind of see it. It's almost like you can see the muscle underneath that. That's a thin layer of fascia. Okay, that's the external. Here's the internal, and then here's the innermost. The internal has the most quote unquote meat. You all with me on that? You got me? But you only have, I think, this picture. Yeah. So how I'm just going to do this on the quiz is I'm going to say, number 1, what's the outer one? Number 2, what's the middle one? And number 3, what's the inner one, right? Does that make sense, Aliala? Okay, cool. Do you guys have any questions online?